everyone. This is the Damn Sis podcast, and we want to thank Anchor for sponsoring this week's episode. Anchor is how we record, edit, and distribute our podcasts. Because of Anchor, you can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever else you can stream and listen to podcasts. If you ever thought about creating, you should consider Anchor. You can download the free Anchor app today. Also, you can make money using Anchor. Again, we want to thank Anchor, and don't forget to listen to the Damn Sis podcast.
You're 20-something years old. You're telling me you don't have no idea how to apply for this job? You have no idea how to fill out an application. You don't even have a resume set up.
What?
Exactly.
Damn, sis. Wait, what? That happened to you too? Girl, no, he didn't. Women at their finest in their darkest hours. Welcome to the Damn Sis podcast, hosted by Christina and Christine, two lifetime friends. It's the Damn Sis podcast.
Hey, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man, how you doing? You good? I know you like that.
I love that little part of our show.
I know, I love it too.
Do you have any updates on yourself?
Nah, things is pretty good right now.
Y'all, I've started working out.
Woo-hoo!
I know. I know I said I was going to do this last month. Was it last month that I said?
We actually need to check back in on our goals.
Anyways, I've just started with my goal, and baby girl is sore.
Listen,
this is how you know, but it's also how I know like I'm actually doing something,
right? Because
let me tell you, you don't realize like, oh, you doing squats until you try to sit down on that toilet.
Yeah, it hurts. I think what motivates me, somebody told me sweat is fat crying, and that kind of always motivated me to like sweat more and more.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm trying to be proud of myself without feeling like an old woman because my bones hurt so much.
Once you get through it, I mean, like the pain is there, but for me, the pain is the indicator that you're doing
something. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We have damn sis, you did that. Damn sis, you did that.
Oh, and today I'm gonna highlight the one and only Coley, my best friend Coley. She's a new mother and she's really just doing things out here. We know that breastfeeding is not an easy task to do. And let me tell y'all, my friend was able to donate 600 to 700 ounces of breast milk to a NICU. You don't hear stories like that every day.
No, you don't.
So I just want her to be highlighted. And I think that she's worthy of being praised because she's helping out so many babies and still has enough for her own baby, like still. So it's amazing. It
is. That's amazing. And you, like you said, you don't hear often and stuff like that, or I can just believe the relief of like the other mothers that she's helping to feel like, I get the idea. Some parents don't want to do formula unless they have to. But
some people truly are just unable to produce it.
Oh, yes.
Like their ducts I think that's what you call them, are like clogged, or they got bleeding. It's so many different complications that we just don't know about, and so I'm just really proud of her. I really, really am proud of her. Way to go, honey. You did that, boo.
Yes, you did. Helping out other mothers, you can't never help. That's always
I really feel like that's such a valuable gift, like to provide people with breast milk. And then like she has like all these dietary restrictions, so it's like no dairy. It's like freaking on the market, like pretty much like vegan milk.
For someone that should be non-dairy, Christina loves some dairy products. Oh. I love cheese, and
me too, girl.
Even the coffee creamer, like having coffee in the morning, and then
I'm not a cream type girl, but I really do want to just highlight her because no dairy. Like I'm telling you,
that right there alone.
That milk is golden.
Golden.
Honey.
You got gold in you, baby. Because
that is golden. So we're so proud of you.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
What's happening, sis? What's happening, sis?
What are we talking about?
Okay, so we got a response from our listener, and she answered our questions. She said she did not rock his shit like she should have, but it's okay, baby girl, because you can always go back if you really need to.
Yeah.
Also, she said that he was a Q.
I'm so sad.
Which I'm not surprised by, but there you go. There you go.
And I said it last week. I was like, I'm gonna be so sad if he's a Q.
I just, for some reason, just knew that he was.
See, but we didn't know if he was black or white.
No, we didn't know.
No, you was like, because I listened to it, you was like, I was like, he gotta be black. You was like, no, because she goes to a PWI.
No, she said he was black. She said, I was dating she said, she didn't say what type of fraternity he was in. So I said he could be in a white fraternity.
That's what you did say. My bad.
Or he could be in a black fraternity, which I would just assume that he had to be in a white fraternity saying things like this. But you never know. So therefore,
so
yes, he is a dirty Q for you, and dirty he is, because how dare you, sir?
we ain't even gonna bark on him like that too much. But yeah, I'm disappointed.
I am disappointed. Once again, I would have asked that man, "How's your mama? Does she do too much?
Listen,
does your sister do too much?"
Anyway, okay. I mean, I'm thankful that she responded. You broke my heart that he's a Q. Ugh, I'm just so disappointed.
Y'all, I mean, me and my sister were talking about like how, we think like the idea of like, sometimes, you think that you want to be in a relationship or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then you sit down and you really think about it and you're like, I don't want that shit. Like, I wouldn't mind if someone came along or whatever, but mm-hmm. the way that these men are set up nowadays, I'm just like...
I just really feel like my person is out there.
I do feel like my person is out there.
And I do believe that, I'm going to kiss a few toads before, the right one comes. I guess, I don't know. I'm looking at it as a really fun experiment.
Maybe I feel like I done kissed a few toads already because I've done a lot more dating than you, so...
Yeah, and it's really new to me. So it's still very much fun for me. But if you've been at this game for a long time, if I was doing this for years, I probably would have hung my head up a long time ago.
Yeah.
You kind of over it?
I am. I'm kind of over, which might be a good thing in a sense, because I feel like when you're not looking, that's when the next, your person comes along, or your next relationship that you're supposed to be in. So I'm looking at it in that sense of like, maybe you're not supposed to be focusing on anything but yourself, Christina, at this point. And
that's fine.
And then maybe that's when something will happen. Or
my friend asked me today, she was like, do you think it's possible that you can work on yourself and date? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm multitasker. I can balance.
I'm a great multitasker.
I suck at multitasking. I'm lying. I suck at it. But I really do feel like I've found a good balance. Like, I've been given to myself and given to others. It's been fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I do hear women say like they're over it, kind of where you and your sister are at, where it's just like, I really don't want to deal with the shit out there.
I don't want to deal with the shit out there, no. But I'm also more like, I really just want to be focused on myself right now. Which, like I said, and I told my sister the same thing. Focus on yourself at this point, mm-hmm. and then let whatever happens. Whether it's somebody that comes in, or you just have your fun.
Are you telling us that you're done with the dating apps?
Oh, I've been done. I ain't like Christine be looking like, talk to someone so we can go on this double date type of thing. I start this conversation off with a man.
Her idea.
And then I completely forget about it.
This was her idea to do the dating apps. One, to double date.
This is really to get you out there.
I'm out, baby. I've been outside.
It was really to get you out there, not for me, because
wow.
These men, I will match with these people. I will say hi. And then they will respond, or they will say hi, and I will just look at their photo like, oh, okay. It's nice that John said hi.
I cannot stand you.
That's it. That's all I got for her. I got probably like 5 unanswered things now.
But yeah, and I think we could talk more about that too. Kind of in our topic today, just kind of leaving people on red and that being normalized, because that's a thing.
That could go into our topic for today.
Yeah, okay. That's a thing.
Also, we wanted to talk about the whole Porsha, and she came out with...
Is her name Fallon?
Fallon's... She's engaged to Fallon's ex-husband. Now, we're not really big housewives. Like, I used to watch them a lot, but I do not watch it. I have no idea what happened this season.
Gotcha.
Besides the fact that Fallon was on the show with her husband. And now,
this past season.
Literally this past season that just ended. Like, they just did a reunion yesterday. So this is why it's such a big scandal. It's because she was on the show. She came on as Porsha's friend on the show, apparently. And then literally like a month ago, Fallon and her husband, Simon, announced that they were getting divorced. And then this past Mother's Day weekend, they announced that him and Porsha are dating. Well, they said dating, but she has a huge ass rock on her finger, and she has not denied any engagement allegations. Or maybe they have announced that they're engaged, but they have not denied anything at all at this point. And she like posted pictures of her and Simon and her baby daddy Dennis together, and she was like, "Oh, look at these grown men. You know, they can be." But I did not know, this is where the tea comes in, that Simon and her baby daddy are business partners.
Say what?
I had no idea that they are business partners. Ooh. So she literally just went,
baby girl,
from one business partner to another. But basically, I had no idea until earlier today. I was watching TikToks, and it was like, this is where the tea comes in, is that they're business partners. And they allegations, allegedly, she is pregnant as well. And that she's going to be making a baby announcement within a few months. And
they say I move fast. God damn. Yeah. So shady or not shady?
But there's more tea with this.
What more tea? Another is full.
Another woman posted Instagram pictures within Simon's car today and text messages literally saying that they were together 5 weeks ago. Now, Porsha said that they have been together for a month. Technically, a month is 4 weeks. And the girl that posted the other picture said that they were together 5 weeks ago. I mean, technically, I could break up. I could break up. Getting from this. I could break up with you and then move on into another relationship within a week. Yes,
yeah, I could talk both y'all in the same week.
But it is very.
God, this cup is running over.
It is very. It's giving. It is giving, because not only are they business partners, but yeah.
So there's a whole lot going on. So we have. I want to talk about the shade of her dating her quote unquote friend's man. We can agree that that's shady.
She posted a thing on Instagram saying her and Fallon are not friends.
But you introduced her to the show, so we know it's a reality show. We know they really don't know each other.
I'm going to say yes. They might have used like Porsha as like an introduction for Fallon or whatever. Yeah. So technically, they could have the show could have claimed you as friends, but y'all really not have been friends in Atlanta and stuff like that. But you still knew of Oh Baby Girl.
All the men in Atlanta.
That's what someone else said. Someone was like, she couldn't have found another rich man in Atlanta to
entertain. It's just kind of too close to home. Like, it's a lot going on, because it's like you work with her and your baby daddy work with him, right?
Yes, but do you think there's a standard, like, okay, some men might not care like as much as what women do. I'll be damned if like the person I'm dating ends up dating my business partner. That's like I'm dating someone and then they start dating you. And then we're still doing this podcast together.
Yeah, okay, so I mean,
without yes, if I gave my blessings towards it, then that's a different story. Right. But even if I gave my blessings towards it, do you not think that's a little weird?
Well, I'm also somebody that has talked to friends, so yeah, I think I wouldn't take none of these niggas seriously, and I hope they wouldn't take me serious, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be engaged to neither one of them.
Baby, let me tell you, that ring is big. It is big.
I don't know.
Now, people make jokes that it's the same ring that he gave his ex-wife, which, I mean, because if you look at them, they do kind of look similar, I guess, but she claims it's not the same ring at all, so.
Okay, she knows.
Well, I'm assuming Fallon didn't give her ring back after.
How you know?
Would you give your ring back?
I gave my ring back.
Oh, I'm not giving my ring back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it's not a popular thing to do.
No, the popular thing is to give the ring back.
But most women don't.
I would say most women do give their ring backs because they're like, there's a whole thing of like, oh, should Jennifer Lopez give her ring back from what's his name?
I see his face.
The last guy she was dating,
the baseball player.
Yeah. Because that ring is like worth like 6 or 7 million.
So I don't think that it's common for women to give the ring back, because when I do have these conversations that I gave my ring back, it's always, oh baby girl, I wasn't doing that. I was keeping that ring. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think. I mean, it's up to you. It's up to whoever. It's up to you. I wanted to give the ring back. It took me a minute, but I gave it back. I didn't really want to hold on to it. Didn't feel right pawning it. It does lose its value after a while. So the ring was a really nice ring, but it didn't do nothing for me. He could have his ring back. Okay. So he got it.
Would you feel some type of way if he gave another woman that same ring?
I wouldn't know if he did or he didn't, because I don't keep up with him to know what the hell he's doing with that
ring.
I
mean, that's very true now.
It's a beautiful ring. So if he gives the ring to somebody else,
would you feel some type of way if someone else
not wearing nobody else's ring?
I'm not either, baby. This will be a fight to the end.
And then I have an acquired taste, like
the audacity that you even thought I would even want a ring that you
see. But then woman. Some people don't care, because people. I mean, like, I guess heirlooms are a bit different. But let's think about this. What was her name? Amber. When she was dating Wiz, didn't she give like a watch to him that Kanye had or something like that? She was dating Kanye at first, and then she gave like a watch that Kanye gave her or something like that to Wiz Khalifa. And he was like, oh, I don't care. It's a nice watch.
No, that's tacky as hell.
I wouldn't want to wear anybody else's symbol of their relationship or their love.
The only way that I would ever be doing that is if like this is something that has passed down from generations.
I don't want that
your family. I mean, I wouldn't want it, but I'll accept it.
Yeah, no.
I would want my own ring, yes, but I will accept like, okay, you want me to wear this ring as well, even if I don't wear this ring on my actual ring finger, because I want to wear the ring that I want on my ring finger. Right. I would still wear the ring daily, but.
I don't want to wear nobody else's ring. I want my own dress. I want my own ring.
Yeah. My mom don't have her dress.
So. My mom does have her dress.
No.
My mom still has her dress.
I'm pretty sure my mom burned it when they
Oh, no.
I don't know. Maybe she didn't burn it, but like, I'm sure she most definitely got rid of that when they got divorced.
Oh, no. My mom has her dress in her closet, like, as we speak.
Would she expect one of y'all to wear it?
That would be her and her expectations. I probably would not. And if I did, I would alter it completely.
I just wouldn't want to. You know, I feel like some people don't believe in like bad juju and stuff like that, but
I mean, and then another thing with my mom's dress, so many women had worn that dress. I don't want
it's been passed down.
But she'll like lend it out to people because it's a gorgeous dress. Oh. So I think like 2 or 3 people have worn that dress.
Okay.
So it's a no for me.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of ass has been in that dress.
I get you on that. Technically, we did What's Happening, Sis, and we all need help, sis, all in the same day.
Oh, damn.
Because we answered baby girl's question, but we can re-emphasize on that. Baby girl, you should slap that man in his mouth.
You know what?
No, let me not say that because we don't condone violence over here. But it's just very disrespectful.
Yeah, and we agreed that it was very disrespectful for him to generalize the way that he did. Yeah, so we don't really got to harp on it much, other than I'm so hurt that
he was a Q. Something just within me was like,
deep down inside, I was like, this man gonna be a Q.
Yeah, that or he was in a white fraternity. It had to be either or. I'm kind of happy he's not in a white fraternity and saying these things, but it also makes me like feel bad because it's like, you really joined a black a D9 organization. Yes. And you have the audacity to sit up here and say some bullshit like this about black women.
If y'all could just feel my eyes rolling. It's just rolling. It's just, ugh.
That's, anyways. Okay, so we're going to move on to our topic for today.
Damn, sis!
So we are talking about
dating patterns,
patterns. And do you have any patterns with exes, basically? Do you think you have any patterns?
Oh, I definitely have patterns.
What is your pattern?
So I have a few. Just to list some things out, I feel like, first and foremost, I was told recently that I do not know how to date.
But I see that because, like I said, when I told, like, you've been in a relationship this whole entire time.
Exactly. And, you know, I was kind of like, okay, yeah. At first I was like, yeah, I guess. Then it hit me like, no, you don't. Because I really don't have much experience with it, right? So I feel like I go into a lot of these dates or all of these interactions
situations
with the mindset that, okay, this could potentially be a person that I'm with, you know? And I don't know if that's just second nature to me, but it just happens. Where
do you think like that because of how old you are at this point?
Age really never occurred to me. It's more about like connection. So like for me, it's like, oh, we vibe. And, you know, my cousin said something the other day where he basically was like, you're the type of girl where, you know, you meet the love of your life in one day. Y'all have this perfect day. And then you don't hear from the person again because y'all pretty much did everything. Y'all have known, like
your story got told within that one day.
Yeah, it's like everything happens and it peaks and everything. And that's not like how all the dates have been, but the one that I really liked was exactly that. It was like it peaked so quickly and then it tumbled on its ass. And it was just like, okay, well, thank God I wasn't with you. Thank God you weren't the one, because I've seen your high and your lows all in a day.
All in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So do you think that you are easily committed?
Naturally. I think I am. Easily committed. Like I said, it's really more of a vibe for me. And I've realized with all the dudes that I've gone out with, I've said the same thing. Like, oh, I'm so comfortable with you. But I'm realizing that I'm comfortable with them because they're so comfortable with me. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. I said that though, like when I was explaining, like, we are both Virgos and they claim that Virgo is the mother of the horoscopes or signs or whatever. And I feel like that, like I said all the time, I feel like people just are easily able to open up to me and to just express and tell their story, basically.
Yeah.
And you end up knowing things that you were like, oh, did I really need to know that? Or like, or you just end up knowing their whole life story within 2 seconds. And like I said, I was explaining that about like people I know from like different things, like my work and etc. Like, you know, things outside of like, yeah, you get to know your coworkers, but like,
you know them.
You know your coworkers.
And that's the thing, like, I'm pretty big on texting. So when we do like these phone calls, I'd be a little hesitant. But after the phone calls, it's almost like they're like, oh my God, I feel like I know you, you know, and they're so freaking comfortable. And then when we meet, it's typically we hit it off because I can talk a whole lot. And then it kind of just fades. It just fades. And so I don't know really what that issue or what that pattern is right then and there, but I really feel like it's just me giving too much too soon.
So when you look back on all of your relationships or situations or whatever, do you think it's the same thing?
For the last, I would say it's been the same thing since I've been out here dating, where like me and the guy would have a great time. I get attached in a sense where it's like I'm accustomed to a certain level of communication. And if that dwindles, I'm out here selling, like pretty much telling you how I feel about things. And these niggas is casually dating. And it's not that they don't care about how I feel about it, but they don't care about how I feel about these things. And so for me, it's like my feelings are definitely going to get hurt because my expectations are too high. And I really think that is the common denominator. my expectations are just too high for people that are just casually dating. And my MO is to casually date. I'm just learning how to do it. I feel like I'm just behind the curve.
Yeah.
So my feelings was hurt. So I know my expectations is low to none.
No, but I feel like don't make your expectations low to none or anything at all like that. Keep them high.
No, and when I say my expectations are low, it's not like I'm just dating Tom, Dick, and Harry out here. It's more of like, if you are an open, honest, vulnerable communicator when we first meet, okay, that's my expectation.
So do you think people are open and honest or can communicate when they want to, but when it comes down to like actually doing, like when it's time to communicate, they can't? Because I feel like that might be an issue for me on my sense. When I can communicate, like you said, I'm a texter as well. Mm-hmm. So I can communicate all day with you. Mm-hmm. But when it is time for me to like, or something is to happen, or it's time for you to like express your feelings, baby girl, is just
reserved.
Yeah.
I'm an open book.
Like, I would rather you spill your guts first and then I can tell you afterwards.
Yeah, no. So if I realize that you are more of a closed person, then I know that's what to expect. But if you out here just as big mouthed as I am, and then all of a sudden you don't say nothing, it's weird to me.
Yeah, I get it.
You know, so like if I was talking to somebody like you, my expectation is not for you to elaborate on your feelings. That's not what you gave me from jump. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you out here damn near crying on the phone, 1 minute.
Man crying on the phone with you.
No, like I mean, he just got super vulnerable. Yeah, you know, and it was.
But I also think that some men use, I guess, in a sense, because I've had, which might be a reason why I'm not fond of like I've had men tell me like on a dating app or whatever, we just start talking casually, and then they'll go into their whole life secrets. I had a man tell me that his best friend I said, "How was your day?" This man gave me a 2-page paragraph essay about how his day was, about how his friend came out to him, about how he doesn't know how to if he just needs to process that his friend is now gay, that he bought sex toys for himself. All of this happened within the same day, and I was just like, nigga, I just asked how your work day was. But
and I like that. I would prefer that than, oh, it's fine, or it's okay, and then you got a shit attitude for the rest of the night. And it's just like, nigga, I asked you how your day was. Yeah. That was the opportunity for you to be like, it wasn't the best. Or I don't know. I just feel like at this point, we would be, as just adults, would be past surface level conversation. And
you would think.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, my expectations for those things, like just openly communicating, it's just too high. And it's just like,
for some people, yes, it is. Some people, and I feel like maybe that's something that needs to be worked on within themselves, because like I said, at a certain point, I feel like you're a grown adult. Whether you communicate with people within your job, your siblings, your parents, you have to know how to say something to express yourself with your feelings, regardless of whether it's romantic or you just expressing yourself with how you feel for that day. But some men don't. Some men don't know. Some people don't know how to express themselves, but a lot of men, I feel like, don't know how to express themselves within the sense of,
I feel
it's just
like, I just hate that. Like, I feel like over the phone and texting, people or men have been less, they haven't really been able to really like express themselves. Certain guys, but for the most part, like when you're with them, it's like a ball of emotion, and it's just like, okay, I like this, you know, because I like stuff like that.
So do you like men that well, clearly you like men that like to express themselves. I have seen where some women are like, they do not like that men are openly willing to express themselves because they feel like it makes them, and I hate to say this, weak or soft in a sense. But my biggest thing is the whole idea of like men don't cry or boys don't cry irritates the soul out of me.
Right.
So I would rather you be able to express yourself like a grown adult or a grown man that knows exactly what he wants, or at least trying to figure out what you want out of this relationship or your life or whatever it is, than to sit up here and pout like a toddler, but can't express the words that come out of your, like, with your words at all.
Yeah, or you expect for me to acknowledge that you're pouting, and when I do, you don't want to say anything. Like, I don't have the patience for that. I like a balanced person. I like a person that is masculine, but also feeds into his feminine masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be balanced. Like, you're not an empty freaking shell. You should have emotion.
And that, I'm about to say, and that scares me if you don't have emotion or you can't express your emotions. If we have children and you sit up here, you telling me that you can't express emotion to your own children, or you can't express emotion to me, that's a no for me.
Yeah, like, no, I'm not a mind reader, nor do I want to be one. No. So if you have the ability to say something, fucking say it. And like I said to the guy, I told him, I don't ask questions to fill space. I'm asking you a question to be answered. Like, if I asked you how your day was because I'm noticing you're irritated,
explain. And
even if you don't want to explain at the drop of a dime right then and there, you could say, listen, I had a shit day. We'll talk about it later. Fine. Yeah. I know not to mesh my energy with you right now because your energy is shit. True. Like, so that type of stuff. Do you have any patterns that you've pinpointed?
I was besides me and my not being vocal. I think besides me not being vocal about or being reserved, let me say, about my feelings or something like that. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say men lying. And I don't really say that I've dated that many liars, but I have been told that I am. Actually, I got told by an ex this past summer that I was intimidating to him throughout our relationship. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, to be honest, I feel like it might be the other way around. And he was like, no.
Wait, what you mean? Like, you're intimidated by him?
No. Not like I was intimidated by him, but like, I feel like he might have had like, this was a long distance relationship. So therefore I felt like it was kind of like, I don't really know what you're doing. But in the same sense, I don't, you know how you want to like keep your composure in the sense of, I don't want to question too much, or I don't want to know this, or I don't want to seem like it's this or that. Especially it was more like a situationship at that time.
That's my problem. I don't keep my composure.
So I was like, you don't want to be, you don't want to be too pushy, but you also kind of want to know. Mm-hmm. And then when we had because we had dated previously before that. And then we kind of broke up, and then we started like a situationship again. Mm-hmm. So then it was kind of like, this ain't really girlfriend and boyfriend like you were, but you have the mindset of like, oh, I done been this man's girlfriend before. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I tried to, but he told me, he was like, no, I felt like you were intimidated. And I was like, how? And he was like, when you get mad. And I was like, what? I feel like
you?
Exactly. I said, sir, you ain't never really seen my wrath. Like, what are you talking about? And he was like, no. He was like, when you used to say my name, I knew I had fucked up. And I was like, well, maybe because you probably did have fucked up then.
Yeah, how about you just stop doing that and I won't have to call you the way I had to call you?
Yes. Which also made me feel like are you saying that I'm trying to call you in like a mother tone? Mm-hmm. Because you had fucked up like a child, like you fucked up, or like you messed up and you knew you had messed up something within the relationship. I don't know. He never really emphasized it. He didn't want to. And he was like, I was like, we're not even together. We don't even live in the same. I can't get mad at you for this. Like, explain what you mean by this side. Right. But he didn't want to go into details, which kind of left me like, okay. But I was like, you really think that I was intimidated? I was like, sir, you ain't never really seen me that upset.
See, yeah, and that's kind of weird. I guess I never really even not intimidating in that way. I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Now, intimidating with like you being ambitious and goal oriented, that has been a pattern of mine where it's kind of like my ambitions may defer the person from, I don't know, feeling secure. And I think we talked about this before where it's almost like, but then my pattern with that would be that I lose focus on me. That's another pattern of mine, where I can, all jokes aside, multitask with certain things. I feel like I can do me, do my work, and give my focus to somebody else. One of my biggest issues is that I give myself to that person, and that's something that happens time and time again, where I'm more invested into their goals than they are.
Oh, yes. And then that is another thing that I say time and time again now, when I look back on my past relationship and then like what I look forward to in a future relationship. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be your mama.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, people always say that you can't make other people do things that they don't want to do more than what's like, you can't have the dream higher than what they want it for themselves.
You can't want it more than that.
And I feel like that I have done. I felt like I said before, Virgos are very maternal in a sense. And I felt like I was taking over, like being an adult. Like I would give ideas of like, this is something that you could do with your life. Why don't you apply for this job? They pay really well. You can make a career out of this if you apply. I'm not your mama, and I don't want to ever be your mama. Like,
I think that's a thing for the both of us, though, just with our history of being parental children. My aunt told me the other day, she was like, a Virgo woman is a nurturer by nature. And you could meet a man one day, the next day you folding his clothes. And I was like, bro, she ain't lying. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't mind doing for my dudes, but I want to be done for too. You know what I'm saying? I want to balance. I just want to balance. And
and I hate when somebody takes advantage of that. Like, I would be, like you said, I'm the type of person, regardless of whether it's romantic, family, or friends, willing to do anything 10 times over for you. Whatever you need done, Christina's going to do it. And she's just that, I'm just that type of a loyal person where you don't have to ask no questions about that. But also in the sense, I hate when you have to question, would this person do the same thing for you?
Right.
And that, I feel like, is one of my patterns. If sometimes I got to question, would this person even do half of the stuff that you are willing to do for them, Christina?
And I don't really ever ask myself that. I almost assume that it would be done. And I think too, because I don't let other people defer me from being me. So like for me, I almost assume that person would do it. And then when the time approaches, if they don't,
then that's when you get hurt.
My expectations.
Yes. I assume that the person would do it just because I would like to hope that I have like good instincts about people. But like you said, when it comes down to it, or when something happens and then your feelings are hurt behind it, you're like, well, damn. But then you give these people another chance because you're like, A, you believe in them, but B, it's also like, well, we can make this like better, or it could be something can change out of this, or maybe it was just that one situation and stuff like that. I have learned from my past relationship and even previous relationships before that, the whole idea of like, we have our ideas of like on how marriage and money wise and stuff like that. And I feel like some of that came from like how I grew up, or how I felt like my dad treated my mom when they were together, but also in the sense of how I feel like I was treated in my relationships when I was in them. Like, I'm always the one that's taking care of things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't, like, I know I can take care of myself. I know I can take care of my bills, everything else. That ain't never going to be a problem. But having the idea that someone wants to also be there to not take care of me, but like
play their part. Be my partner.
I don't have to be a girlfriend and your mama at the same time.
I'm not trying to do it. Another pattern that comes up from you saying that is me making excuses for them.
That's another one. That's very good.
Oh my God. It's endless.
Because you want to have hope that they're going to finally pull it together. I can't tell you how many times I have sent my ex job listings, apply for the job for them.
Oh, baby, no. You
applied because they had no idea how to do a goddamn resume or to fill out an application. Now you are 20 something years old and you sitting up here telling me, and this is like, all of this is like, it just puts like bullets in like how I felt afterwards when it was all over with. You were 20 something years old. You're telling me you don't have no idea how to apply for this job. You have no idea how to fill out an application. You don't even have a resume set up.
What?
Exactly. Exactly. Christine can't nobody say like Christina been out after them for their money, because I ain't willing to go beyond. Like, I literally had someone email me all of their information and I wrote them a resume up because they had no idea how to do a resume themselves.
Wow, nah. You got me, sis. Like I said,
and I'm like, this is things like that is like, how you gonna make it in the real world? You have no idea how to do a resume. Also, another thing that gets me is, you know how they say birds of a feather flock together?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say like, oh, my person was like of a certain, like, I don't want to say standard or whatever, but like clearly not, they didn't know how to do a resume. But I truly believe the people that you hang around influence your life.
It says a lot about you. I mean, I think so. I believe in birds of a feather flock together for the most part.
You know. And it's one thing when you trying to do right, but then you got the rest of your people that's around you that ain't trying to do right. That pulls you back into the sense of like, oh, well, they've been skating by, living this life. Like, I want someone that actively wants better for themselves and their future life. And if you comfortable just staying in your area, dealing with the same, like, I don't say that you got to drop your friends, but your friends should want better for you as well as they want better for themselves.
But you do realize too that change and effort is very uncomfortable, and people would rather complain and be comfortable than be uncomfortable and change their situation. You saying that brought something up in my mind where it was like, you ever dated a guy or had a friend date a guy where he's hot shit amongst his no shit friends, but even though he's hot shit amongst them,
he ain't really hot shit. Yes,
he still ain't.
And you can say that. Yes, he would have been technically, I guess, the upper echelon of his friends then.
He's the prestigious one because he got a part-time and nobody else.
And everybody else out there doing other things. Like, and you looking like, and so you look at him like, I mean, damn, at least he ain't Joe Lewis over there. At least he might be friends with him, but at least he ain't him.
And here we go making excuses like, yeah, no.
So he doing something with his life because he ain't, you know.
I don't want the bare minimum.
No, not at all.
I think because I give my all to a situation, I just want somebody to give their all to me.
And I think that you learn that as you get older. Like I said, this is when I was dating, when I was someone that I was dating while I was in college. Mm-hmm. So as I've grown older, I'm just like, oh no, but you can't settle for anything less than what these are. I'm sorry. And then some of the stuff that like you even have, I've listed, like, this is the bare fucking minimum. Like, what you mean? You should be able to hold a full-time job, or if you have a business, be able to
apply for it.
You should have a resume. You should have if you don't have a resume, don't talk to me.
No, that's ridiculous.
I guarantee you, I applied for the job. They sent me. I'm sure I probably found the goddamn job. Found the job. Told them, hey, you need to like upload your resume to the job and apply for it. They was like, I don't have a resume. Sure. I was like, what you mean you don't have a resume? How the hell you get your last job?
I knew somebody that knew somebody.
Yes, I guarantee. Yes, it is.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, though. I can't even say like I did not love this person. I love this person.
Of course.
But when you are in love, this is how you know. When you are in love, all of the red flags look pink. They look damn near white if you really want it to be, because you look past all of it and you like. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it ain't awful, but like, you know, we can work with it. We can build up. You got time. Like,
you're thinking too that, you know, I'm helping him help himself, you know. So let me apply for the job. Let me do the resume. You're not thinking about like, oh, this nigga ain't shit. It's kind of like he just need a little help, and us just being nurturers. Yeah, we're gonna do.
And I'm tired of helping.
It's tiring when you're the only one pouring into somebody and they're not pouring into you. And that's why I said I need a balance. Another pattern that I noticed is that when I start biting my tongue and I start using phrases like I'm going to choose my battles.
I completely agree.
That's
to spare your feelings in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even like me, as talkative as I am, if I'm in a relationship and I start to cower in a sense, like just like I don't even want to say what I want to say. That's
I've done that as well.
That's
because
it's
feel like it ain't even worth the fight. Like at this point, it ain't even worth the fight because some things you just feel like like I know I'm right in this sense, and we're gonna sit up here and have this whole argument, get into this big fight, and it ain't gonna even make a difference because you still ain't gonna do shit that's differently.
Yeah. Like I just can't. So if I can't, my thing this time around is be forward about how you feel, be open and honest about, how things are making you feel. Because if you don't, that to me starts to build resentment. I don't know for you, but for me, like if I can't speak freely and I feel like, God damn, let me pick my battles. Let me not say nothing this time because I don't want to hear him bitch about it. That's a problem for me.
I agree. Especially if it comes to things that also affect you as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, damn, not only to like, let me not bitch about it to him because it ain't gonna make a difference on his goddamn end, but then it also makes you feel like, well, damn, like the shit that is affecting me doesn't really matter either.
Exactly. That brings me to my next pattern. I'm not gonna have somebody's actions and behaviors make me internalize it and make me feel negative about myself or start doubting myself, because that happens. That's a pattern too. Like when you get too far into it and you start biting your tongue, or, this person may say something to you and you start to internalize it like, damn, did I do something wrong? Knowing you didn't do nothing wrong. This person is just a master manipulator. So they know how to play with you.
Do you think you've ever felt like you've been gaslighted before?
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? Or did you just walk away from it because it was like...
And explain to them what gaslighting is, just for those that don't know what it is.
Okay. Do you want like the actual definition of gaslighting?
Or just how you internalize it?
Or do you want me to give like the...
Yeah, a general...
Okay, well, I'll give the... Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse where a person or a group makes someone question their sanity or perception of reality, I guess you could say, or the memories that you have, or I guess your feelings about things.
Yeah, it's just a manipulator, basically. And yeah, no, I definitely have, and didn't realize that I was in a situation up until, I'm talking about it to other people and they're like, oh, baby.
Yeah.
Your mind is fucked up because you allowed him to fuck your mind up. Like you second guess everything from what you're about to say next because he's so critical of how you speak or how you do this. And you don't realize that you're being gaslighted or manipulated, or, you don't realize it until it's kind of in your face.
It's too late. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in your face. And then a lot of the time you don't want to be a victim of anything. Like I just was like, nah, that ain't me. And then it hit me like, oh shit, yeah, no, it is. Like for so many different times, on so many different situations, I could be like, oh yeah, I questioned myself there because of how he went about doing this, or because he said this, and then you start realizing like, okay, I'm biting my tongue more. I'm not saying much. And then you don't even realize who the fuck you are.
Yeah. I feel like with my last person, I felt like they felt like they were a good liar. To the point where it's like they got caught in a lie. They got caught in a lie. It was something simple, which made piss me off even more because I was like, you really could have just explained this and we could have been done with it or whatever. Because they explained why they lied in the sense afterwards. And I was like, that was stupid as fuck. But they lied to me. They got caught in the lie. Then they tried to, like, I guess you could say, like, gaslight me and was like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. No, I do know what I'm talking about because, A, I have receipts if you want to claim it like that. I have evidence that you are goddamn lying to me. And they were like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. To the point where they sent their best friend to my job to sit up here and talk to me and was like, hey, let me talk to you because, oh, baby boy said that y'all ain't been talking. And I was like, no, I ain't talking to them because they lied to me. And then they tried to make it seem like I had no idea what the fuck I was talking about. And the fact that they sent you up here to talk to me to try to like smooth things over instead of just talking themselves is another thing as well. But
yeah, I've seen so many different accounts of this type of situation happen. I had a friend Her ex-boyfriend was, I kid you guys not, like, this was the best gaslighter I've ever met. He would do wrong and then he would show up
with flowers.
Not even that. We was in high school, so early days in high school, we didn't have cars. I didn't get my car until I was like 16. But anyway, he would walk in the rain. He would come by the classroom. I swear to God, knock on the door. I need to talk to her. Be crying at the door. When I say,
are we in a music video in the 90s?
I tell you, master manipulator.
I would be looking at you
like got degrees.
Like you a goddamn fool. If you standing out in the middle of the rain, knocking on my classroom window.
Honey, I'm talking will go to so high lengths to talk to her. Do I know this person? You probably do know this person.
Okay, tell me afterwards.
Okay, yeah. I'm talking master manipulator. And it's scary.
It can become scary. Mm-hmm. It can become to the point where it's like you don't, like you said, you don't recognize yourself anymore, or to the point where it's like you have to end up questioning everything that you do on your end.
Yeah.
And then, which makes you also go back to you don't know yourself anymore, because one thing I can say, trust your instincts. Your instincts or your gut feeling or whatever it is that you want to claim it, the intuition.
Trust it.
And 99.9% it is always right. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you know it's right to begin with. You just don't want to believe that it's right.
Another pattern, and this is not mine, but I've seen people do this, is they make jealousy a cute thing, and it's I
have
cute.
Seen that as well. That ain't cute to me.
It's cute. A little jealousy.
Okay,
yeah. And then when you start,
I don't need you to be too. I want you to be comfortable, but
jealousy can also just equate to just being controlling.
Oh, I do. I think that goes hand in hand. They are a fine line right in between.
It's definitely two peas in a pod, because I'm telling you, same person, when I tell you his jealousy was through the roof, it was cute at first, oh, don't look at another dude like that, whatever. And then I would never forget this. And she knows. It was a situation where we were in, I think at this time we were in high school, we was on a bus, and he didn't believe she was on the bus. And she had to take a picture of herself to send to him to prove that she was on the bus. And I was just
what was you going to do if I wasn't on the bus though?
But the fact that she easily took the picture that to me,
that's borderline. We headed towards abuse at that point.
Exactly. And these patterns, like these dating patterns, most definitely are a fine line to me of, crossing the line of like abuse.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Whether it's physical,
you are like
verbal,
right
emotional,
there. Yes.
Like, it's all mind manipulation. And like that right there, yeah. Crazy. So that jealousy, like making it cute, I don't ever want to make that my pattern.
No, I don't ever want to have to, if I'm in a relationship where I have to feel like I have to track every move of you, that's not a relationship I need to be in at this point.
Yeah.
Or we need to reevaluate this relationship. I can't imagine like having to clock where you working at, what time you working, when you working, who you working with.
You're not paying me to keep up with you.
Thank you.
That's a whole ass job. And that's energy and focus that can go towards something else.
And I don't want nobody else clocking me the same way.
Hell no.
I need us to both know we out here getting our money and we can come together at the end. Like, granted, yes, you have conversation in between your day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that I know people that have felt like you sit up here and harass your individual from like morning to night of like,
what you doing?
The same shit I was doing 5 minutes ago, sending another goddamn email. I'm sending another email. Like they come one, I send one out, one comes in, it comes back and forth.
I'm working.
I don't ever want to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to have to question if I believe that you at home or not, or
it's too much.
I'll be damned. That's never enough for me. So
I had another one that slipped my mind. Damn it. Any more?
Patterns? I'm pretty sure there are. Do you feel like all of your exes have something in common?
Not really. I feel like I said, like I have my.
I feel like I've dated either the opposite. I feel like I've been either, which I guess you can come in. This comes with me dating older in a sense. I feel like I've either dated someone that is either my age or maybe like a year or two younger, which is probably why I don't like to date younger now.
Yeah.
And I felt like I've had to be their mother. And we all know like the whole, like people say boys mature like slower than girls and et cetera and stuff like that. But I'm also like, you a grown adult. So some of these things that you should know just out of experience for your own life. And then I felt like either I've dated someone that is that, or I've dated someone that is older and it's like they have their shit together. And of anything, I am the one that's like trying to pull my shit together, trying to figure it out at the same time because they're so much older than me. I don't think I've ever made it someone that's like in between. Like we mesh together because we both have the same thing like going on
at the same time. Yeah. That's why I said, like, for me, ideally, me and my dude will be going through the process kind of together. That's just where I want to be in life. I don't want to feel like, you trying to catch up with me or I'm trying to catch up with you. I don't want those feelings because, like I said, it can build resentment. That person could feel, you can start internalizing, like, I need to get my shit done because this nigga.
No, I think I felt like that. I don't think they've ever, and I don't think anyone that I dated that was older that made me ever feel like that. Like, oh, you need to be getting your shit together and stuff like that. Now, I think when me dating someone that was probably my age or younger, I probably felt like that towards them, which came with resentment of like I said, I made the man a goddamn resume. Like, how you don't know how to do this? How you don't know how to apply for a job? It's literally you click on the bubbles within. You answer the questions on the computer,
and it's about you.
How you don't know how to do this? Like, what do you mean? Stuff like that has made me resentful towards. I don't want to say certain type of men, or just certain type of partners, but I feel like I can't do it anymore.
No, you've been there, you've done that, you've learned from it. And yeah, I mean, I get that. So you asked me, did any of my dudes have anything in common? And I'm really thinking about it. And no, not really. None of them really had anything in common when it comes down to like personality traits. Like I try my best not to date the same person. But have you?
I don't think like personality wise, I don't think any of them have had the same. Yeah. I think besides maybe the fact of, like I said, I feel like I've always been in a sense of like, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, what field I wanted to be in ever since I was younger. Like ever since I was probably about 8, I've known exactly what field I wanted to be in, even when I got older as an adult and what career type I wanted. I feel like if I want to put a pattern on it, I've probably dated people that have no idea what they want to do with their lives.
I feel like it's
is a thing it's fine when you're younger or a sense, or if you're trying to actively try to figure it out. I feel like I've dated people that have no idea what they want to do with their lives and they're not trying to figure it out, which makes me fall into the pattern of trying to help you figure out what you want to do with your life and become your mama.
That makes sense. I mean, I was going to say, before you said that last part, I was going to say, like, it's actually really uncommon to stick with what your goals were at 8 or 9 or fucking even in high school, so kudos to you for knowing.
I mean, like I said, I wanted to try different things. We're doing different things now, but I've actively known like this is, you want to say an adult when you have a career, what I wanted to do. Yes. And I don't fault no one for not knowing what they not want to do with their lives or whatever. It's just the fact that like, actively try to pursue something, do whatever it is that you think that's going to make you happy, but work towards it. You can't just be sitting around on your ass talking about, well, I think I might want to do this, or I might want to do this, or have no idea what you want to do at all. And then that has placed me into the mindset of like, well, let me help them pull their lives together.
You want ambition.
When I should have been focusing in on I was focusing on what I wanted to do with my life, but the energy I put into them, helping them figure out their life, I could have put double into me.
Yeah, do you ever feel that energy that you easily poured into a man is hard to pour into yourself?
Sometimes, but I also feel like you want to see the people that you love do well as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, I know I'm pushing myself to do well, but I also I love you and I want to see you do well as well. I want you to have a good life too.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that comes in, is like, I need to help you try to pursue to have a good life too.
No, I asked only because I know and I think I say that's a pattern of mine where I will get so wrapped up in what they're doing. It's not that I lose complete focus. I just kind of dwindle from mine. And my patterns, I've even said that, like, you have to pour into yourself. So yeah, just wanted to see if that was common or not.
Yeah, we can go back and forth with like patterns and things that you've learned in your past relationships and stuff like that, because I feel like I have learned so much, and we may have to just pick this up on another day of patterns and stuff like that, or maybe we can talk about what we want to learn in the future
from these patterns.
Yes.
Oh, that would be great. We could definitely do that.
So y'all let us know if y'all want to hear that. We're gonna wrap this episode up.
Yeah.
You can find us at the Damn Sis Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And if you have a question or you have a story, at damnsispodcast@gmail.com. I'm Christina.Simone at Instagram and Twitter.
And I am imperfect_teen, both Instagram and Twitter.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.